Cine uno. We've all been there, right? Sitting at the dinner table. Someone older, a parent, an aunt, a family friend starts a sentence with, when I was your age, double quotes, and instantly our brains just switch off. It's like a reflex. The eye roll, the subtle grab for the phone under the table, the mental checklist of everything else we'd rather be doing. It feels like they just don't get it. The world is different now. Our problems are unique, and their advice feels like it's from another century. We think we know better. We think their stories have nothing to do with our lives. But what if we're missing something? What if hidden in those back-in-my-day lectures is a map to navigate the exact challenges we're facing right now? Cine dos. Suddenly, you're in a situation. It's loud, it's confusing, and everyone is moving in one direction. The pressure is on. It feels like the entire world is pushing you to do something that just doesn't feel right in your gut. Your heart is pounding. And then, out of nowhere, a voice echoes in your head. Not yours, but someone else's. Maybe it's a teacher who once said, "The toughest choices define you," or a coach who reminded you that true strength is walking away. It's a phrase you probably ignored at the time, but right now, it's a lifeline. It's a moment of clarity in the chaos. That little piece of advice, once dismissed, suddenly becomes your anchor, helping you stand firm when the current is trying to sweep you away. You realize they weren't just talking. They were giving you armor for a battle they knew you'd eventually face. Sin tres. Sometimes the most powerful lessons aren't given as advice, but shared as stories. Think about a grandparent pulling out an old, faded photograph. They point to a younger version of themselves and begin to tell a story not of their triumphs, but of their failures. A time they messed up, a risk that didn't pay off, a moment of deep disappointment. As you listen, you see more than just an old person. You see someone who fell down and, more importantly, got back up. Their scars, both visible and invisible, aren't signs of weakness, but symbols of resilience. Their stories of struggle and growth aren't meant to scare you. They are meant to show you that it's okay to not be perfect, that failing isn't the end of the world, it's just part of the journey. In their vulnerability, you find a strange kind of strength. Cine cuatro. It's not always family. Sometimes, the most impactful guide is an unexpected mentor. You're wrestling with a project, completely stuck and frustrated. You feel like you're drowning in self-doubt. Then, a teacher, a coach, or maybe even an older student from your club pulls up a chair. They don't just give you the answers. They ask the right questions. They don't just fix your work. They help you fix your mindset. They see the potential in you that you can't see in yourself, and they gently guide you toward it. They share their own struggles, reminding you that everyone starts somewhere. That single conversation can be the spark that reignites your confidence, not just for that one task, but for the countless challenges that lie ahead. They teach you that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. Scene cinco. And then something shifts. It's a quiet change, almost imperceptible at first. You start to see the people around you differently. You're no longer just hearing words. You're listening for the wisdom between the lines. You find yourself actually asking your parents for their opinion, not because you have to, but because you genuinely want to know what they think. You start reaching out to that mentor, sharing your wins and your worries. You might even start writing down the little nuggets of truth you collect along the way. You realize that their experiences aren't a burden. They're a gift. They've walked the paths you're just beginning to explore. They beben tere, and by listening to their stories, you're not giving up your independence. You're simply learning to travel smarter, with a little more light to guide your way. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, I'd love it if you'd like this video and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.